So on this whole thing of the millennium, the Jewish people, the Jews were looking for a Messiah to come to set up their kingdom on earth, an earthly kingdom. This is why the Bar Hakba, Kosovo revolt happened, because they weren't looking for a Messiah that was not going to deliver the Jewish people and give them a reign on earth. Many people believed in Judaism that there was a millennial reign. But Jesus himself said, "My kingdom is not of this world." Jesus himself said, "My kingdom is not of this world." Now, other than this person, Cerinthus, there were other people in church history who were adhering to this. Eusebius, under the heading "The Writings of Papias," says of him, the same historian also gives other accounts, which he says he adds as received by him from unwritten tradition. Likewise, some strange parable of our Lord and of his doctrine, and some other matters rather too fabulous. In these he says there would be a certain millennium after the resurrection, and that there would be a corporeal reign of Christ on this very earth, which things he appears to have imagined as if they were authorized by some apostolic narrations. Now, before we just said that Cerinthus was rebuked by John himself, and it seems that John himself did not write the book of Revelation. As a matter of fact, his writing style is nothing like it, but he hated Cerinthus, who agreed with the doctrines of this millennial reign. So now we also have the historians generally tell us of Papias, and has a very zealous advocate of this imaginary reign. So these supposed authorized by apostolic narrations, not understanding correctly those matters which they propounded mystically in the representations, for he was very limited in his comprehension, as is evident from his discourses. This is Eusebius, Ecclesiastical History, Book M, Chapter 39, page 115. Now, Eusebius was writing in Papias' writings about this, and the first distinguished opponent of this doctrine was Origen, who attacked it with great earnestness and ingenuity, and seems, in spite of some opposition, to have thrown it into general discredit. Waddington's History, page 56. This obscure doctrine was probably known to but a few except the fathers of the church, and is very sparingly mentioned by them during the first 2 centuries. And there is reason to believe that this scarcely attained much notoriety even among the learned Christians until this made a matter of controversy by Origen, and then rejected by the great majority. In fact, we find Origen himself asserting that it was confined to those of simpler sort. Waddington's History, page 56. Next among the advocates of this doctrine was Nepos, a bishop of Egypt. He advocated for doctrine about 255 AD. We here insert the following from Eusebius' History, Book 7, Chapter 23, under the heading Nepos and the Schism. He taught that promises given to holy men in the Scriptures should be understood more as the Jews understood them, and supposed that there would be a certain millennium of sensual luxury on this earth, thinking therefore that he could establish his own opinion by the revelation of John. He, Nepos, asserts that there will be an early reign of Christ. Though millennialism had been suppressed by the early church, it was nevertheless from time to time received by heretical sects. Dr. Schaff's History, page 299. Nowhere in the discourse of Jesus is there a hint of a limited duration of messianic kingdom. The apostolic epistles are equally free from any trace of Chiliasm. Encyclopedia Britannica articles on the millennium. To sum up the uniform voice of history, the theory of the literal kingdom and reign on the earth was gathered from Jewish fabulous apocalypse unwritten tradition, carnal misinterpretations, pretended visions, suppositions, and superstitions and imaginations. The vain worldly expectation that the Messiah would establish a literal kingdom caused the Jews to reject him and his spiritual kingdom. They only wanted an earthly kingdom, hence rejected the crucified, the Son of God, as soon as the church began to apostatize and lost the glory of his spiritual kingdom. Vain ambitions awakened and the old Jewish desire for a literal kingdom. This is an article by Scionofzion, and that was the end of it right there. Basically showing that this idea of the millennium came out of Judaism. Thank you.